What's going on, everybody? It's Anthony from hashtag Be the Change. Truth will set you free, all the good stuff. And I've got good news right here on the phone. We've got what shows DC dot. I don't even know what the hell that means. But anyways, we are live. Cash is with us. We're going to give you guys about 30 seconds to jump on, have a quick message from the joint, aka Cash is home for the last year and 3 months. 3 year. How long have you been in DC?
16 months. I've been locked up in DC 14 months,
Jeez.
13 months, 14 months, something like that.
Gotcha. For a misdemeanor. Awesome. I guess Bill O'Reilly was asking for stories like yours. Anyways, we are going live right now, trying to have some more numbers jump on. I think they got wind that yesterday we were, oh, there we go. All right. The numbers are just starting to jump up. Everybody go ahead and say where you are calling in from, break the algorithms. We're on all of our pages right now. We're on Facebook, YouTube, both of them, the Be the Change, Streetlights, Truth Will Set You Free, Cash Kelly, the Streetlight. We're everywhere. So we officially have Cash. Cash, say hello to everybody.
What's going on, everybody? I miss y'all a lot.
Well, I said you were in very good spirits yesterday when the phone didn't go through, but you have a migraine today, so you sound a little down. I need you to. Do they allow?
I literally just got up from a nap, man, trying to get rid of this migraine. But I'm all right. I'm in great spirits. I promise.
All right. So, you and I were talking yesterday morning. That's why we're like, all right, if we can, let's try to schedule live or whatever. Obviously, with everything going on with new riots, Roe versus Wade, people confused about, if you're allowed to even talk about gender anymore and all the different things that are probably keeping us from what's really going on in the world. And God knows the Pfizer data just dropped again. There's all this fun stuff. But while we're at it, go ahead and just kind of give your idea of what's going on, because I know you get to keep up with the news in there.
I mean, it's the same thing that's been going on. Division. They're trying to keep people divided. I don't think it's a coincidence that all this stuff happened with Roe v. Wade right now. I think it's no coincidence that they leaked for the first time in like forever in history. They leaked something from the Supreme Court. I mean, that's just a tactic, and it's not for anything other than to cause some dissension. You've seen people were outside the Supreme Court. They had to barricade it, and they were arguing in California. I guess there was a fight that broke out between the two groups, and police beating on people, from the crowd. It was crazy. So it's the same thing that they were doing in 2020. But it's all good. We don't fall for that kind of stuff nowadays. A lot of people are already hip to it, and it only happened in California, from what I know. A lot of people fighting. So.
Oh no, it started in other places as well. It wasn't. It's nothing compared to the George Floyd stuff. But the difference is, again, this is just. It's more of a intersectional. Just people are separating from each other and disagreements over it. One side is like yelling baby killers, and then the other side is just screaming at the top of their lungs like the far left likes to do, and it's just caused tension, again, similar to the George Floyd riots, without the actual destruction. And I think there's just a message that is just missing. And like you said, like, we're not going to fall for it. Yet I see our own people, our own groups falling for it on a regular basis. And like even the people watching, it's just such a confusion. So again, like you said yesterday when we were talking, there's just something there's some kind of message missing, and maybe it is your message that if you are out here being able to talk on a regular basis, but it's kind of where it's at.
I think a lot of people are like they're lacking understanding too. If they're out there in the streets protesting about what's going on with the overruling, I mean, they got to understand that this is what people are actually wanting. They want big government to step back and let the states be able to run their own their own politics. So when it comes to abortion, you're giving the power back to the state. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. So people that are in a blue state, if you're saying we want abortion in a blue state, well, guess what? You won. You won. If you voted and abortion is something that is favored in your state, well, then you won. Republican states, red states, if that's something that you don't want, you won. You know what I'm saying? You did it. There you go. So I don't get why the people were so angry about the ruling. You know, let it be. If you're living in a state that most of the voters don't want it or they do want it, and democracy prevailed because the vote went through, and the person that's running your state says, "Hey, we're going to allow it. Or we're not going to allow it." You won. Either way it goes. Just move out of that state.
Well, that's the
If
crazy
you don't
part.
like it, or love it,
That's the crazy part, Cash, is we talk about this, like, why are people so up in arms? It's because they're misinformed. And I thought about this earlier. It's like, why did this get leaked? Is it timing, or it got leaked, in my opinion, and tell me if you think I'm right, that because as we know, the whatever people hear first is the story they're going to believe. So now they get to control the narrative, instead of, if it came out when they made the ruling, there would be full news coverage. Instead, there's a leak, and then there's this, there's that, and then they're just talking about that they've overturned the ability for people to have an abortion, instead of what it really is, which is a states' rights issue, and it's a victory for states' rights. Same thing is going, though, for the right. The right is getting so excited that all of a sudden we've made abortion illegal, and that's not what's happened. It's just misinformation across the
exactly.
board, and that's what's causing
Exactly
people
the
to get
key
so
word.
upset.
That's the word that I was going to use, misinformation. And it's, like I say, it's a tactic, not only to keep people divided, but to keep people distracted from exactly what's been happening in our country. The whole thing was breaking news, right? Breaking news. SCOTUS leaked decision to ban abortion. That's what it said, right?
Right.
And in my mind, I'm thinking, what is going on in behind the scenes right now? What are they trying to distract people from? Because that's not at all what happened. Matter of fact, I think the vote doesn't even go through to legitimize it until like late June.
Yeah.
And here we're like a whole month away from that. So what are you trying to distract us from this time with this bogus headline?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
and I saw somebody's
Right now, you got a president that literally has everything that the whole country is. It could be on fire and it'd be a better position. You know what I'm saying?
right. And one of the things that we got, I saw from the far right was they should, and this is the trap that we're falling into, that is again causing the left to be, wearing their purple vagina, pink vagina hats and yelling at the top of their lungs. Is I saw posts on the right saying, we need to make sure that it's illegal for people to cross state lines and get an abortion in other states where it's legal. And it's like, you're
See, that's a slippery slope, man. That's one of the. It's a double-edged sword. It's a double-edged sword. I mean, it's a victory, I guess, for pro-life, but it's also a slippery slope because what other arguments are going to come up later? Saying, well, we don't want the government involved in this. We want the states to be able to do this. How far is it going to go now? You know what I'm saying? What are the states going to prohibit and allow?
right.
So I don't know, man. It's great, but it's also a little scary, man. But that's why more than ever people need to unite on things that actually matter, like that are affecting people right now. Right
Right.
now, like there's people going broke. There's people going broke. There's people not able to afford food for their families. There's people out there that right now still haven't recovered from the things that happened with the pandemic. You got our president sending foreign relief, foreign aid, in the form of finances, while you got a country over here that's dying and from inflation. You know what I'm saying? There's people that still haven't got their business back up and running. There's people that have lost their business or lost their homes. And I don't know, man. I feel like this whole thing is just a little backwards. So people have to come together right now and stand on those things. Saying, yo, why are we sending money over to here? Or why are we helping these people, or why are we speaking about this when these problems that we have right here are hitting home? You got people that are really like assed out right now.
Well, and we've spent billions in Ukraine, more than we've even spent to secure our border. And we've got people living all on the southern border that their houses are being terrorized. They're facing their own war to keep their property safe. And the whole time of this administration, we have spent more money in Ukraine in the last 2 months. And it just shows that, it just shows that it's just like we don't care about the American people. And I'm going to ask you this one, because I'm sure you saw. Were you able to see Biden's comments yesterday about the MAGA party being the most extremist group in the history of the United States?
Yeah, I did hear about that. I didn't get to see it, but I heard about it. It's not a surprise there, man. Don't no offense to him. I'm not trying to talk bad about his disability or nothing, but he's not all the way there. cognitively. I don't even think, from what I understand, his statement didn't have anything to do with with the conversation.
What the question was.
Having, or the topic that he was talking about. Yeah, so I mean, yeah, the guy's suffering from some early stages of dementia or something.
Early?
Could be
early?
Early stage? I'm not gonna go that far as to say that, I'm not gonna put out no misinformation, but he seems a little off, man, when he says stuff like that. But God help him.
So, like we said, like we're just not paying attention to local businesses. There's a link going in the box. I talked a little bit. Oh, Erica just gave hearts, by the way. She's got hearts from Erica.
Erica, or she can hear me. Erica, I love you to death, woman. And just so everybody knows, man, Erica has been really going hard, man, for the kids and for me inside of here. Without her, I would not have had any of the reaching that I've done inside of here. As far as like, I got in touch with the Epic Times, the Chicago Tribune, Gateway Pundit, American Gulag Chronicles, all these different places, and it's because Erica was out there literally calling everybody. She was sending emails out to everybody, trying to contact people for me to get my story heard and be able to just reach out and let people know what's going on with me inside of here, with not having a decent lawyer and the lawyer not fighting for me. And so everything that's happened so far, literally that woman has been grinding for me. So just so you guys know, she stays very, very busy. Without her, I would not be being heard on the level that I am inside here.
Yep.
So I love you, Erica, and I appreciate you.
I love you too, she says. What was I going to say? Oh, so I just posted this. I'll post one more time for if you do own a business and if you've got any kind of employees that have worked for you and you're in any way, shape, or form affected by the pandemic, even if you collected EIDL money or PPP, you are still eligible for this. Just go to this link specifically because it does help out our channels. If in the end you end up using it, it's free. You just pay on the back end if you get. It's up to $26,000 per employee. It's called EDC. ERC, Employee Retention Credit. It's pretty new. Not a lot of people know about it. Literally, no businesses do, and it's a great way to potentially help your business. I have a buddy that's getting $300,000 for his employees, so it just takes about a year, but worth filling out. Anyways, Cash. People are asking, obviously, what's going on with all of the people. There's a lot of people in the January 6th prison. There's their jail. You're in there for a long time. What's actually going on with your case, and why are they holding people so long?
Well, it's politics. Literally, they've continued people's, trials. Not even trials. They've been continuing people's court dates. Like me, for instance, I'm barely about to go for a preliminary hearing on the 24th of this month. This is the first hearing that I've actually had since I've been incarcerated.
Have you had any other scheduled?
That's like unheard of.
Haven't you had others? Have you had others scheduled that were postponed, or is this the first one that's officially on the books?
Yes. They've scheduled them and pushed them back each time. So there's no guarantee that this one's going to go through. They can actually continue this one.
You have 1 minute left.
I'm going to call you right back.
All right, call me right back. All right, guys, he will be right back. You can only do, I guess less than 15 minutes. It's weird. 1 minute. Yeah, no, that's right. Yeah, I can only do 15 minutes. So he'll be calling right back. Let's see what happened to a speedy trial. Great question. Let's see. We're praying for you daily, Cash. He's going to give a little bit more of that rundown before we wrap up today. And yeah, I'm good to hear his voice. Again, share this video out there. And again, sorry for the pitch, but it is free. And literally, if you own any business that had employees that had, even if you were affected by supply chain and your staff was fine, you are actually included in this employee retention credit. So please fill it out. Worth it. It takes about 20-30 minutes to see if you're eligible. Just click on that link. He's back here. Hold on.
You may start the conversation now.
And you're back. Go ahead.
Yes, back. No, but yeah, they've been just continuing people's stuff. There's people in here that have had, public defenders all the way on up to $150,000 attorneys, right? And guess what's happening? The exact same thing with everybody. And it feels like there's nothing that can be done about it, because the courts are just like, they're denying people their Speedy Trial Act. They're the right to speedy trial. They're denying people's bond motions. They're denying people's change of venues. They just are. It's like we're stuck in limbo. Is what it feels like, and nobody can understand like why I'm here. Down from COs to case managers to even my own attorney. Like I don't even understand this. They're offering a 6-month plea for me, right? The plea deal is 6 months for picketing. So they're gonna drop the other 2 misdemeanors. They go away and they're gonna just say, okay, picketing.
What's the other? What are the misdemeanors that you're technically charged with?
Violent entry and disturbing Congress while in session.
So those were 2 misdemeanors, and they're trying to give you one that would. And would that 6-month plea, would that be congruent with the sentence from the other crime, the one that technically you're in?
I would assume so. It's a misdemeanor, so yeah, I would definitely assume that. But ain't no telling because this is, like I say, it's so political. I couldn't even tell you. Normally, that's what would happen. Normally, they would have been like, just drop them charges. He's already doing 48 months, so just drop those charges and let him go do his time. Especially from what the judge said at my sentencing when he started talking crazy, talking about I'm not even going to say the words because we're on too many platforms that can get taken down. But speaking of what happened November 3rd, and then just talking about what happened on Jan 6th.
We know what happened. The most free and fair election in the history of the United States. We know.
Yeah. That. I don't even want to say it. I don't even want to attempt to talk about it on this platform. But yeah, man. I mean, it's not normal at all. People were in here just feeling like I'm feeling, just like they're stuck in limbo. Some of these guys are facing far worse charges. Like there's two guys that I'm in here locked up with. They're charged with a seditious conspiracy, which is mind blowing, man. It's crazy. They call these 2 guys white supremacists. They call them white nationalists. They're part of the Oath Keepers, and they're two of the nicest guys that I've ever met in my life, man. One of them like broke down because he got called a white supremacist on national television. Inside here, we were watching it, and when they described him as a white supremacist, and he was just like, "Wow, like this is crazy because I've never been racist in my life. I love everybody." And my granddaughter, for God's sakes, is Puerto Rican. She's got the hair like yours, Cash. And he's like, he sees the pictures of my kids. He goes, "Man, you got some beautiful kids." And he's one of the closest guys sent me in here.
Well,
so it's like it's messed up. It's really messed up.
Well, just let them know anybody could be a white supremacist. We got Dave Chappelle, who's black and apparently a transphobe, is also a white supremacist. So just because you're one, if you virtue signal to one, you must virtue signal to all. Somebody asked a question. They said violent entry. What does that mean in your case, and why are they saying that as kind of a question there? And then one of the other questions is, what about the people that are showing proof that police let them in? So those 2 questions kind of go in together. Okay.
It doesn't matter. They're denying videos because there's people that have their discovery right here, and they're denying some of the discovery to be shown in court, some of the video to be shown in court because they don't want that to get out about people that were being let in or police hitting them first, for instance. Like the guy the other day that just got sentenced, Webster Baxter, I think his name is. He was in here with us before, and he beat a cop up. But when they actually showed a video of what happened, when the guy he was standing there and the cop hit him. The cop hit him and he just ended up whooping the cop's ass. So it's like, dang, you know what I'm saying? The guy was there, he got hit by a cop, defended himself, and he got found guilty on all charges. You know what I'm saying? People that were let into the Capitol by the police officers, or when they were in front of the police officers and the police didn't tell them they had to leave. In fact, they pointed them to the other direction like they did when I went inside of there. They're still getting charged the same way as if the police had begged them to leave. They're not making a note of any of that. It doesn't matter. You were there. You're guilty. That's what it is. As for the violent entry, they're saying that I violently entered into the building, which I did not. And it's on video that I did not. But again, it's the politics behind it. But I think that's why my plea deal came down the way that it did. So yeah.
Got it. What was I gonna say? You were talking about.
Wait, one more thing. Also, the reason that what I'm gathering in here, and especially what my attorney said, is that she thinks that they're trying to make me suffer because they know that I got 48 months, and they wanted to. What they waited so long for is because they wanted to charge me with more, but they couldn't because I'm on video, literally just walking in and leaving. You know what I'm saying? And then stopping people from beating up them cops. And they were gonna get into it with them cops. That's all they got me on video. I walked in, I stopped people from beating up the cops. I took a picture with a statue, and then I left. Okay, so they can't charge me with anything more to give me any harsher charges, and I guess they're realizing that now. So what they did was to say he's already doing 48 months. Let's just continue his court date, and that way he'll just have to sit inside of DC because he's doing time anyway. That way they're getting more time than what they could get from me, and I'm suffering. Can't go do no programs. I can't do anything to quicken my time to get home to my family.
But don't you get more credit for the amount of time you're spent there than you do? Because you and I were talking about that too. You might be.
Yes, but I don't know if that's going to be this. I don't know how. Like I said, there's more stuff happening within this case, man, that I've never even heard of or thought could happen. That is happening. So I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Gotcha. Okay, so we're still. Where are you estimating still where you think you might be home?
The earliest will be I would say the end of the year. Latest I would say March, April next year.
Got it. So, let's see. Casey even said, we're talking about this. He said, oh, by the way, Suni said that she paid money to make sure that you guys could message, and you haven't replied to her message. But that was a couple days ago. I forgot to remind.
So Suni, that is not true because I did message her back one day, and she didn't message me back. And if she did and I didn't get it or something, maybe it's these tablets, they mess up sometimes.
I'll tell her to message again. All right. So talking about the attorney, people asked us yesterday, because as you said earlier, there's nothing that a good, like, even you have a state appointed, you've got money that you've saved up, from the GoFundMe that's for getting everything that happened to you potentially overturned once you're out. It doesn't really do much right now. So really,
I gotta wait for the appellate for the habeas corpus.
Right. It's not even considered an appeal, but ultimately, and people are like saying, why don't you get the best attorney in the world? But like you said earlier, it doesn't matter right now. They're holding people.
These guys in here kicking themselves because they paid literally over $150,000, and their attorneys are doing the exact same thing that people that have public defenders are doing. So it's like, they got told that from the gate, like, yo, you should just stick with a public defender in this kind of case because they're going to have access to more things on your behalf. And when we're paying all the money that they're paying, they're just literally going bankrupt, inside of here trying to pay for this attorney that literally has done nothing, has not got them out, has not made the situation any better, has not gotten them a plea deal that's going to get them home. It's just not good. You can look it up for yourself. It's not good to get a great attorney when you're facing a federal court system. It's a bad idea, depending on the nature of your case. But in something like this, definitely just a waste of money because it's political. We're in D.C., the most un-American place in America.
How many people have you seen kind of? First off, is there anybody else there that's just got a misdemeanor? Or is it just that's left? I know there was people there that had misdemeanors. Is there any?
There were. Everybody else that had a misdemeanor is already out and home like they should be. I'm the only one stuck here with misdemeanors.
Got it. So how many people have you seen? Because there's a couple different jails for January 6th protesters. How many people have you seen at your jail come through since you were you had to be one of the first people there in the very beginning, part of that initial group?
Yeah. No, I've seen everybody that came and went from here. Let me see. I would say about altogether came and gone, maybe like 70 people.
About 70. And how many are left right now?
Right now we have about 30 people in our pod.
About 30 left. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Let's see. All right. So let's see. No other real major questions coming up. The one thing I do want to say, as you guys know, as I said it yesterday, and if we can organize it better. By the way, are you guys still singing the national anthem?
Yes, every day.
Every night at what time? 9:00 Eastern time.
9 p.m. Yep.
They sing every night. So as a lot of you guys are just finding out, we still do Tuesday shows, not necessarily obviously with Kash, but a lot of you guys think that I've just been gone for a long time. Why? Because the algorithm sucks. So, and I'm on day 149 of a shadow ban. So truth will set you free. You can still watch our shows with Suni, Casey, etc. You can watch those on Tuesday nights or check out what we got going on the channel. If we can, whether it's Streetlights, I know Erica goes on these pages a lot too, or on occasion or personal, to just let you guys know what's going on. And we'll try to keep more an update, especially since Kash's case is hopefully being heard pretty relatively soon. Again, if first you don't succeed, you try again. And I am on Rumble. It is I did it yesterday. I believe it's Be the Change USA, but we put our shows up, and I'll put this up actually on Rumble as well. But we put our stuff up the day after the Tuesday show. We just don't do all the little rants that we have. Yeah.
What time do you do Truth to Set You Free on Tuesday?
It's at 9:00 Eastern time is when we start.
Man, I'm calling.
You're gonna call this week?
In at 9:00. Yeah, we're gonna call in that way. We could have some discussions that I would like to have that I can't have because we're on Streetlights page.
Yes.
I don't want to risk it.
That's true.
Yeah,
smart.
I would love to talk about some politics, man. If you guys would have me, you would have me on Truth to Set You Free.
Absolutely. Go ahead and come on this week. We'll try. And as we learned yesterday, it doesn't mean he's going to be on. It means we're going to try, because sometimes they shut down the phones. We do the best we can. We're down to about a minute or two left, so obviously let's try to take it out positively. What does that say? 9 p.m. here on Tuesdays. Yes, 9 p.m. here. We've been doing it every week, but Kash, we've lost like 200 followers in the last month and a half, not because people leave, but because Facebook just takes them away while we are growing like 100 a day. But anyways, go ahead and give a final message, especially with everything going on with the world of LGBTQ and Roe versus Wade.
Let me say this for everybody. Look, it's bad. Like right now, it looks like things are bad. Everything looks, like the world is just falling apart and no changes is happening, and it's just horrible, right? But it's not. It is not. Stop letting them project that into your mind. I'm in like the worst situation I've ever been in my life right now, right? Sitting here in this place. But at the exact same time, I feel like if I had not have been here and I had not came through this place and seen what I've seen, learned what I've learned, met the people that I've met, that I would not be the man that I am right now. I got a lot of different philosophies in my brain now because of this situation that I've been through. I've got to see a side of life that most people would never see. I hope. I hope you would never have to see this side of life, but I'm in it, and it's not as bad as people make it. I can sit here and talk about the horrible things that happen in this place, but there's a place somewhere right now in Mexico where somebody's sitting in prison and only getting fed, scraps, or there's somebody sitting in Guantanamo Bay, or it's worse for somebody somewhere. And I want everybody to remember that. No matter what kind of darkness that they're sitting in right now, it is worse.
You have 1 minute left.
For somebody else. Okay?
Sorry.
It's okay. You guys got a lot of blessings that are happening in your life right now. You're still living in the most, free nation in the world right now, with everything going on in America. It's horrible, but it's not horrible if you just switch your eye. It says in the Bible that the eye is the body, or is the lamp of the body. And if your body be dark, then how great is that darkness within you? If your lamp be dark, how great is that darkness within you? But if your eye be full of light, then how great is that light? Meaning, look in the situation and see the bright side of it. See the good that's still going on in the world. Be good to each other. Matter of fact, I challenge everybody to compete with each other in doing good. Look out for each other in the comments. Get to know each other. All right, help each other out. When somebody's got a need, if you can meet that need when you see that person, meet that need. Do what you got to do to make the world better.
Thank you for using Securus. Goodbye.
God bless. All right, guys, that is it. I'm going to go and download this. I put the Rumble. If you guys want to watch it, it'll be up in here too. But if you ever want to see what we do, also, it's Be the Change USA in Rumble. I believe as though Casey, you can let me know if I'm right or wrong on this. if we still have the Cash Kelly shirts up on our website on the Awake Not Woke store.com. If they're not, if you want to just activate that one, the Cash Kelly shirt. Oh, he's got wait, not over yet. Oh, Sugar Shane Mosley. He wants to finish it right, I'm sure.
Collect call from
Trying it again.
an incarcerated individual at correctional treatment facility. This call is not private. It will be recorded and may be monitored. If you believe this should be a private call, please hang up and follow facility instructions to register this number as a private number. To accept charges and consent to this recorded call, press 1. To refuse charge, thank you for using Securus. You may start the conversation now.
Yo, you can't end on that note. Good call. So you call back real quick before you finish and you end it. Very early in the messages, somebody that keeps up, I believe, with Doobie Smoker, Nick Alvier, just shared that when they've talked that you got him.
That's my homie, man. That's my bro. Tell him I said I love you and I miss you, bro, and I hope you're doing well out there.
Well, he said the
I got his letter.
Okay, that was okay. So the friend just said that Nick spoke the fact that the only thing that he got that would help him get through that period of time was getting to talk to you every day. So that was a big deal.
Yeah, man. He came to me when I first got when he first got him. It was just like he blew up. He's like, oh my god, I can't believe it's you, And I'm like, yo, bro, like you my brother. You're just as important as I am, And me and him, we got to talking and. We were a blessing to each other. I'm just gonna say that. He's gonna try to pump it up like I was this, greatest person, but he was just as much that to me as he's claiming that I was to him. So hope you know that, bro. Don't sell yourself short. You were a very, very big part of me getting through this as well. All right. So I appreciate you and I love you, man.
And before you do your final words, I'm putting. So we made sure. I think Casey just checked your shirts are still in the store. So any of those shirts, nobody's bought those in a long time. It's been several months. But if you guys want to get yourself a Cash Kelly free Cash Kelly shirt, they're still there. And essentially every sale has about $4 that goes directly to Cash. To Erica Cash, etc. So that's another way to help on top of it, and you get to rock a very cool shirt. So that's it. So go ahead and check that out. AwakeNotWokeStore.com. Awake for 15% off at checkout. Cash, final words.
Yo, final word. All right. Well, like I was saying, you guys just look at the situation as best as you can. I know a lot of you guys probably are going through it right now with this, inflation and all that that's going on in the country, and a lot of people still not working. A lot of people, your businesses haven't recovered, and for that, I'm sorry. I hate that you're going through it. If you are, I'm praying for all of you guys, everybody. I'm rooting for all of you guys. I know that it's gonna be alright. For you guys that are more well off than somebody else, how you guys did for me when I was really, really down. You guys looked out for me, and you brought me back to life. You helped me be able to get through. I would challenge you to do the same thing to the people that you meet and throughout life and in the comment sections of these shows. You know what type of people are watching this show right now. There are people. There are people that believe the same way that we do. There are people that want a better world. There are people that want unity, that they don't like the dissension. They don't like the division. So look out for each other. You guys got to get to know each other. Talk to each other. Even if you can't do something for somebody in the form of finances, a word goes a long way, as you can see with what I was just talking about with Nick. Words go a very long way. People just need to hear something encouraging sometimes and know that they're not alone. That pandemic, people were locked away inside their houses. They didn't have human contact, which I know that all too well, being in here. So look out for each other in every way that you possibly could. Any way that you could. If you can meet that need, meet the need. Be street lights to each other, be brothers to each other, be sisters to each other, be family to each other. That's what we got to do. That's the way we get through. That's how you get through the hard times. That's how I get through the hard times in here. For everybody that sends me messages on the tablets, and I get the capability to be able to message you back. And if I haven't messaged you back yet, I apologize. I'll be going through my own little things in here sometimes, but I'll be sure to get back on that and do my part to also message you guys back and try to be an encouraging word myself. And thank you for your words when you do message. There are people that write me letters in here. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. It's a big deal to me. For everybody that checks on my family, checks on my children, that's the most important thing to me. If you can't send me a message, I completely understand. But if you can check on my babies, check on Erica, I got kids spread out throughout the country right now. It's insane. They're all with their moms. So if you guys could do that, that'd be great. You know their names. You know Caden. You know Isaiah. Them two it is. I think they're on Facebook, so you guys can check them out if you want to. Check on them. And Erica, she keeps up with everybody, with everyone. So if you just want to give a message to Erica, she would get it out to whoever, and she does a good job at that. But mainly, the most important thing is check on her because that woman's doing a lot of work out there for me, a whole lot. She's been me. What's up, Bob? How you doing, brother? Erica's been being me while I'm not there. So if you guys can help her out, I would greatly appreciate that. If you could send her a message and say, "Hey, get this message over to Messiah and Cammy and Nanas or Caden and Rara, Isaiah, Kiwi, however you want to do it, do that. Please just hit her up and say, "Hey, keep up the good work. You got this." Encouraging word goes a long way, and she can use it. That girl's going through it.
What do you have the address? Do you have the address offhand, or Erica? If you're still watching, can you put it up? Do you have it memorized, Cash?
Hey, who got the address memorized to here? What's the address to here? You got it memorized? Hold on. Here. This is. Hold on. I'm gonna let the Marine veteran, Mr. James McGrew, go ahead and do that. Come here.
All right.
It's 1901 D Street, Southeast, Washington D.C. 20003.
I did not type that fast enough. 10. They can hear you, but let's. Oh wait, Casey just put it up. There it is. 1901 D Street, Southeast Washington D.C. 20003. And then I think he put the Cash's number.
You put the person's name first, then their ID number, and then you put DCCTF or DCCTF.
DCCPS?
CTF, yep.
Got it.
Then the 1901 D Street Southeast.
Got it. All right. Cool.
All right, here you go.
Thanks.
So you guys know that man fought in Fallujah. He's a Marine War veteran, and he's probably like one of my closest guys in here too. That's my homie.
And just being punished for being, and it's amazing how close it is, because like literally, I think about it. It was there was no reason not to go in the building anymore by the time that I was relatively close. And I can't imagine how different things would be if I would have just stepped inside the doors like thousands, and it wasn't 100, thousands of people were doing, because it was just, oh crap. Hold on. My phone keeps going off. All right. So go ahead.
It's all politics, man. But it's no biggie. Like I said, it's done and it had to happen. That's just the way I look at it at this point. Nothing happens in this world without the hand of God, pushing it towards that direction. We all needed to be here. Everybody that's inside of this place right now had to be here. We've affected so much change in this facility already. You guys don't even know. In Christmas we did a fundraiser, the DC for Kids, the Jan 6 DC for Kids, and it raised like $15,000 that we sent to the children of the people that are inmates here. And all of it went to their children. All right, so that's one thing. We also had the marshals come through here and inspect this place, and they held this place in contempt because of how much hell we was raising in here. Matter of when we did all these shows, talking to you guys about all the stuff that's going on in here. When you guys were calling up here for us last year, when they wouldn't turn the AC on, they turned the AC on. When we put out the message through you guys through streetlights about the mail, guess what happened? The mail started coming. So we've made a lot of differences inside this place, and it would not have happened had it not been for you, American people that care. All right, so there's a lot of reasons why we're here, and I feel a lot of the reasons why we're here is to help this place, and essentially get this place either they're gonna have to literally renovate this place and rework how the staff is, or they're gonna have to shut it down at the end of the day, because this place is really across the street. Them guys got it 10 times worse than we got it. 10 times worse. It's a horrible situation that we'll talk about another time. But just know, man, you guys, your voices make a big difference. Your caring makes a big difference. So don't pity us, that we're here, or feel sorry for us that we're over here inside this place. We're doing a job right now. All right. Everything that the enemy uses for bad or thinks is going to be used for bad, God turns around and uses it for good. So it's all good.
Your number is DCDC. It's DCDC 2021-02142, correct?
No. My DCDC is That's my DCDC.
Casey, this is why we can't have
What
nice
you gave
things.
was the date that I got here.
Ah, okay, that's what I just had on Casey. So say that again. So it's DC.
DCDC
Crap.
376
DC
778.
376 778.
778.
Okay.
Yes.
So this
And
is the
on
new
your
number.
heading of your letter, if you're gonna write me, if you send me a letter, before your name, put street light. That way I know that it came from a street light, because I get so much mail in here, and some of it's like just spam mail from like a church or something that wants to send me pictures to color or something like that. That it's a lot. So sometimes when I see a letter come through that's just like got a stamp on it or something, that's like something with like Shepherd's Chapel. I don't know if you guys know about Shepherd's Chapel.
Oops.
Shepherd's Chapel sends stuff in here constantly.
Is
and
it?
I appreciate it, but it's overwhelming.
Is it D? Is it?
So,
Sorry, did you say DCDC or DCSC?
No, DCDC. My DCDC number is 376778. So
Which I'm struggling.
DCDC 376778.
Sorry. Okay, got it in there. So Casey said that he sent it with there. He's got it right there. He said he sent it with the other. Have you gotten books from Casey, or did they never make it?
No, I've gotten books from Casey.
So he put the other.
Different. The
Yeah.
books that come through are different than when you're writing somebody a letter. If
I
you
got.
want to send books or anything like that, then Casey and Erica know how to do that. Matter of
So-
fact, Erica puts up, she can put up whatever it is that you guys are trying to order, and then she'll show you how to put it through the right way.
And last but not least, for the ability to help Erica, what is the Give Send? Do you know the Give Send Go?
Yeah, it's Give Send Go. www.givesendgo.com // K, the letter K, the word and the letter E.
Give Send Go.
And them finances go straight to the kids, and it helps me out in here, I guess, with like commissary and stuff. But bills and kids mainly is what that's used for.
It really is .com, isn't it? It's because it's not work. Neither one are working.
Yeah, well, it will not let you. It will not let you put the link on Facebook.
So it's givesendgo.com /K and E. Got it. Perfect. All right. Now, final words. Say your last 20 seconds.
Unite. Don't fight. Be a street light. Because only you can be the change that you wish to see in the world. And when you get too stressed out, you got to remember to pray, America, because without God, everything will fall apart.
Woo!
So much. Yeah, brother.